We naturally expect our dogs to communicate pain the same way we do, by crying or whimpering. It's comforting to assume that if they are quiet, they are perfectly fine. But your dog is carrying thousands of years of wolf DNA. In the wild, broadcasting weakness is a death sentence. An animal displaying visible suffering is immediately targeted by predators or abandoned by the group to keep the rest of the pack safe. This survival instinct remains fully intact in a domestic setting. Your dog is biologically hardwired to mask their suffering to avoid becoming a burden to their human pack. Their silence is a biological disguise. By the time a dog finally cries out, they have often been enduring a private, desperate struggle for a long time. Consider the sleepy yawn. While normal before a nap, you might see your dog let out a wide, slow yawn in the middle of a crowded room or while being petted by a stranger. This is a calming signal. In canine body language, an out-of-context yawn is a stress response used to release rising internal tension when a dog feels overwhelmed or unsafe. You may also start to notice obsessive lip licking. Even when there is no food around and their mouth isn't dry, the dog will flick their tongue out repeatedly. Neurological research has confirmed that frequent lip licking in neutral environments is a clinical indicator of significantly elevated anxiety or hidden physical pain. This diagram shows the escalation curve of a displacement behavior. It is a physical attempt to self-soothe and manage internal discomfort before it reaches a state of acute distress. Dismissing these signals as quirky habits leaves a dog to manage escalating pain or anxiety entirely on their own. Sometimes the sign is a sudden change in proximity. A dog that used to follow you from room to room suddenly stops and begins retreating to dark, isolated corners or under the bed. It's easy to feel relieved and assume the dog is finally maturing or just becoming more independent as they age. However, a sustained reduction in proximity seeking is a major indicator of chronic pain. Sick animals isolate themselves to conserve energy and avoid drawing unwanted attention to the pack. This struggle often intensifies at night. You may hear your dog constantly pacing, circling their bed, and groaning before popping right back up again. Chronic joint pain makes lying still for long periods agonizing. This restlessness is an exhausting search for a painless position, which often forces them to move from your bed to the floor to avoid the pain of jumping. A dog pulling away from the family or abandoning the bed is an instinctual protective measure for a fragile, failing body. The most dangerous false positive is a stretch where the front legs go forward and the chest touches the floor. It looks exactly like a playful greeting bow. The danger signs are in the details. The dog holds the posture stiffly for a long time, appears tense, or does it randomly in the middle of the night when no one is playing. This is the praying stretch. As the diagram shows, the dog is trying to physically expand their abdomen to relieve severe, mounting pressure on their internal organs. This posture is a warning for life-threatening internal conditions, such as an intestinal blockage, bloat, or acute pancreatitis. Confusing this stiff posture for an invitation to play can be fatal. Recognizing it as a distress signal allows for an emergency intervention that can save their life. Understanding these behaviors changes how you see your dog. You can no longer rely on human emotional cues. You have to watch for their stoic survival instincts. If you've missed these signs in the past, do not carry guilt. Your dog was simply following an ancient survival strategy, protecting the pack by refusing to show any vulnerability. Identifying these subtle behaviors ensures you see the physical distress your dog is hardwired to hide, allowing you to provide the help they cannot ask for. Pledge your ongoing protection by commenting your dog's name below. Physical health is only the start. Next, we'll look at the innocent, everyday habits that can unknowingly damage a dog's emotional trust.